Good morning, everybody. It's Pops and ASIC Eric back on the car. So we were just going over the plan of attack for today. So there's not much more assembly to do. We may or may not put the valance on, we're not sure, but just going to go around and check all the alignments on everything. We were just commenting on this edge here. This is the first time this thing's ever lined up like this. This is money there. This side leaves a little bit to be desired over here. See if we can work on that a little bit. As we talked about last time, the hood has never been right, so that's kind of is what it is. On the front here though, if you can see this, so we have a pretty good 3/16 gap over here. Starts to widen up in here, and then gets really wide in here, to the point where I can almost stick my finger in there. And then it narrows up again at the end there. So we can't just twist the hood or something to try and fix that. You know, we've set it up so the center is aligned here as good as we can get it. But ultimately, I think we're going to end up just having to build up this edge here with fiberglass. Probably the same way that we did the spoiler in the back. You know, get the fiberglass mesh and mats out and whatever and build that up. But other than that, everything looks pretty good. So we're just going to walk around here, take a look at it, see if there's any more metal work that needs to be done. And we did all this stuff before, and you know, the question was, would any of that change when we put the engine in? And I honestly don't think it did. I think pretty much everything went back where it was. So I don't really think that changed anything. We are going to try and lower the hood on that side, sticking up a little bit. But anyway, that's it. We're going to go around here, and then you know, when we're done, happy with that, we'll bring you back. All right, well, we went around, tweaked a few things, but there's not really much to do. It is kind of where it is. We slapped as much of the front pieces on as we have. Looks pretty nice. Pops is like, what's that big hole right there? Like, that's a bumper. That's why they call these big bumper cars. That whole thing's full of bumper. I think there's supposed to be a lower grill here, which I don't have. I need to get a new front grill or fix this one. Something. See, it's the only thing wrong with it right there, I think. But anyway, so the major problems with this thing, as we talked about, this front edge here, and the other issue is this guy right here is just too high. You can see that. About a 1/16 of an inch, it sticks up too high right there. And you know, we tried pushing on it, hitting on it, doing some stuff. We don't want to destroy the fender, so I think we're just going to have to live with that. Because you can see this is nice here, this is nice here. There's not really anything else to be done, I don't think. We can't do much else here in terms of trying to reposition this, because if we move this thing, then this line moves. So like the only thing we could think of from looking at it, right, is you could take the fender and move it in this way, but then that's going to pull this in and up, and it's already slightly too high, so I don't think that's an option. So I think we're stuck with it. The hood is a little bit too high here, so that was a question that we were wondering about, if you guys would recommend running some filler on here to try to build that edge up to get these two to line up. It's not an insignificant amount there, so about 1/8 of an inch. So I don't think that's a good idea to put that much filler on there. So I think, again, we're just going to have to live with that. We've tried, again, mashing down on this thing, hitting it with a 2x4 and a mallet and all this stuff, and it doesn't want to go. So I think that's pretty much all we can do with this thing in its current state. So I think we're going to start stripping this thing, strip the hood, I don't know, something. We'll just start stripping and see where we end up. But it's pretty good overall, you think?
Yep.
So Pops is pretty happy, I'm pretty happy. This is the part we were just talking about, right? At some point you have to say, this car's never going to be perfect. So, and you know, we've tweaked on this front end probably 12 times and never had it any better than this. I don't think it's ever going to get any better than this. But let me know what you guys think. So we're gonna start stripping now. Alright, so we're going to tear into the stripping of the hood here. Pop says his Christmas present I bought him. Nice. So I have no idea if that thing's going to work for stripping or not. And we like to try different things to get paint off. Everything sucks pretty much, but we'll give it a try. Alright, that first pass was with some 120. We're going to see how that worked. Now we're going to put some 80 on there and see how that goes. Alright, so we have a whole slew of tools here we tried. We did this guy with 120, 80, and 36. This one's got 60 on it. This is a big monster, 8-inch, I think it's 8-inch. My good DA busted. This crappy Harbor Freight one, your normal one. We tried that with 36 and 80, and it all comes back to this guy. So I have Pops demonstrate here so you can see. You saw how the other ones work. They wasn't fundamentally different between all of them, but watch how quickly this stuff takes the paint off. Right here, maybe. Oy, kicks up a lot of paint. So you see that's just goes right down through. So anyway, we've talked about this before. If anybody needs to strip paint, use one of those. You can get these at Home Depot, etc. So, funny story or not so funny story. I was walking around this thing while Pops was working on that, and I was standing on the end of the hood there with my hand on the hood. That thing came flying off, hit me right in the thumb. Ow. That's more dirt than anything else. Don't get too excited by that, but so watch out for those things, they're dangerous. So yes, this is slow going. This is what, an hour and a half worth of work here, something like that. So we take this guy, kind of take it down to something like this, maybe a little bit of the more paint on there. I don't want to dig down in the metal too much with that thing, and then come along with the orbital, take the rest of it down, and then finish it up with the DA to end up with something like that. So we're kind of working on it. I mean, the hood looked perfect when we looked at it. Of course, now as you start to strip it, you can start to feel there's a high spot right there, low spot there, obviously. I haven't found any filler in it yet, but anyway, keep going. So we're still at it here. Mostly no surprises. There's a little body filler up in here. It's just like from the stamping of the metal. There's one little dent right there, but down here, I was just telling Pops, this is why you go down to bare metal. All this was under the paint. You didn't see that. I think so. You couldn't see that from the outside. So that's why we're going down. All right, I think we're going to call it a day there. Pretty much got this half of the hood done. A little bit left to do here. So the DA is starting to spit water out here. So even with the water traps and everything. So compressor's done its job for the day, I think. So what we're going to do next time, we're going to go get one of those stripping discs for the electric grinder and try that on this side and see how much better that works. Hopefully it works better. I mean, this works, it's just slow. We'll give that a try. Hopefully we'll bang this out a lot quicker and then go ahead and get it in epoxy. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. I don't know if I'm going to post this video or run it into the next one, so we'll see which one I end up with. But if that's the end, thanks everybody, and I'll talk to you soon.